And welcome everybody here in Twitch chat and on YouTube for some spooky Teemo. That's right, we're going to be playing Teemo Control with Shadow Isles. Getting pretty spooky in here. I mean, look at how spooky that looks. So we're going to be pairing Teemo with Kalista. And so kind of the point of our deck is to try to get as many Puffcaps as possible in our opponent's deck, mostly by using Chump Lump. Of course, we have the Puffcap Peddler also. But Chump Lump is a summon trigger. Whenever I'm summoned, you create the 2 Mushroom Clouds in hand. And so what we're going to be trying to do is using Chronicler of Ruin to kill Chump Lump and revive it, and that'll get us even more Mushroom Clouds. And then whenever we have a dead Chump Lump, and if we have a leveled up Kalista attacking, how it revives the strongest dead allied follower, we want it to be reviving Chump Lumps. So 4 power, that's the strongest one that we have. Besides Ledros, but if we get to the point where like Ledros is in play and died, and then we're attacking with leveled up Kalista, like that probably doesn't happen that many games. So most of the time we're going to be trying to attack with Chump Lump, get more Mushroom Clouds, keep giving them Mushroom Clouds, hopefully with Puffcap Peddler in play, give them tons and tons of Puffcaps, and just kind of win with that. Maybe Teemo will hit them with that Nexus Strike, double them up, and then we have the Veteran Investigators also that we can use to have both players draw a card, so that whenever our opponent does have all those Puffcaps, we can play Investigator, have both of us draw. Salesman is just kind of in here to be a good blocker. You know, it's a good 3-drop blocker that can make a couple other bodies that just block for us. And of course, those little points of damage from the Caustic Casks can help add up with the Puffcaps to deal lethal damage. All right, so that's our deck. And of course, also the other thing with the Usecast Salesman is we have to figure out like how to level up Kalista, right? We need 3 allies to die. The Salesman can get 2 allies in here that are going to die with these 2 Caustic Casts. So that's kind of a cool little party trick as well. All right, so let's try out some spooky Teemo. We're going to go play 5 games over in Ranked, and we'll see how we do. Cancel this. Where are our Teemo sleeves? What are we doing? There we go. Gotta have Teemo sleeves. Yeah, reviving does count as summon. Yep. Summon is just basically it being put into play. And so, yeah, it does. So, like, reviving it like that, that does count as summoning. So that's like the difference between you can play your unit or you can summon a unit. And so whenever anything says whenever it's summoned, that means, you know, even like the cheeky ways to summon something like Chronicler of Ruin, that works with that. Or like Mist Call that puts it, you know, things that put them back into play. When you have a card that says play, do this, like Ledros says play, you know, do whatever, that only works when I kind of want to keep all of these. That only works with the play part when you actually spend the mana from hand and cast it from your hand.
Armed and ready.
So hopefully they won't. Yay! Hopefully they won't be able to kill my Teemo. And even if they can kill Teemo, which would be sad, we will have Puffcap Peddler. Or sorry, we'll have another Teemo. Gosh, what am I even doing? We'll have another Teemo, even if they can kill this Teemo. So I'm not Vile Feasting this Powder Keg yet, waiting till we have the Peddler in play so we can give them Puffcaps.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
I'll have what he's having.
Yeah, definitely lucky no make it rain. Definitely. So I could level up Teemo. Let's see. If I cast this, that gives them 8. So I'd have to cast one other spell. And so I could try to like Vile Feast as well. And then have Teemo level up.
Swiftly.
I think I tried doing that in response to something and not just immediately. Okay, they just let this happen.
Doesn't mean everything.
So now I could also just play Mystic Shot and Vile Feast and then have a leveled up Teemo and not have to get rid of this Teemo, where I could still have a backup option if our first Teemo was killed. Obviously our opponent's deck usually does a wonderful job at killing Teemos. Alright, they're usually really good at that. This is a Swain deck. It's tempting to like Vile Feast my own Teemo. Ooh, now we talking. I was kind of planning on playing Progress Day this turn, but now we talking.
Fear the power you do not see.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Witness strength.
Excuse you.
What are the chances that Teemo actually hits them? Probably not that good. Maybe I should have only played one Puffcap, not two.
Success is planting your
Because the
muscles.
problem... Basically the problem here is I'm 1 mana short from casting Progress Day next turn. Now I have 8 total mana. Or sorry, 7 total mana, and I need 8. Please work, please work. Yes! Oh, I did not expect that to work. Awesome. Alright, doubled it up to 52. And we can play this Veteran Investigator. So we both draw, so that gets them another draw with all these Puffcaps.
I need more hands.
When tribe calls, a reply is proper.
Old Frogger's a fan. And yeah, Withering Wail, you know, would do like a bunch more damage. Maybe I should do that. But I just kind of want a Progress Day this next turn. Maybe I'm too focused on Progress Day. Okay, so Chronicler of Ruin, we can kill the Veteran Investigator, have us both draw again. Because obviously the more times they draw, the better for us. They're down to 7. We got the Mystic Shot.
Always up for a round or two.
That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt.
Sign it off.
This turn is turn 8.
They grow up so fast.
We shall pierce their treasonous hearts.
So they got 52. Chronicler's function is to kill Chumpwump that creates the mushroom clouds for us and give us a lot more mushroom clouds. Also kill like the veteran investigator to draw another card. Be another kill an ally thing for leveling up Kalista. You know, help us level up Kalista. You can do all of those things. Ouch. That hurts. So basically we got to kill them by this next turn. Ledro's cutting their life total in half. Does help us finish the game out in different games. It's not going to really help in this game. Well, they gotta draw 2 Puffcaps. I can go for the win with Salesman plus Mystic Shot. Seems kind of risky. I pass, they have to draw 2. Oh yes, I love that. That's not a good play for the opponent. It can't be. When you're at 4 with all those Puffcaps, there is no way that playing salvage is what you should be doing. Yeah, it took millions of damage. That is not a good play. You can't even play that card in that scenario. What? We didn't lose, we won. Of course we won. We're Spooky Teemo. Dude, some people just can't resist drawing. Some people just need to draw cards. Like, they have the chance. No, so Chronicler with Salesman, that would be bad, because then we would both take 4 damage, and so we would just tie. We would just draw if we would do Salesman Chronicler there, because we'd both be taking 4. We're both at 4. Sorry. Had to sneeze. So we wouldn't want to do Salesman Chronicler. No Rekindler. No Rekindler. Even though Rekindler plus Teemo is pretty cool. Why not Salesman Mystic? Because I was worried about... So the thing I'm worried about with Salesman is that they just have their own way to deal damage to me, whether it's Noxian Fervor, 2 warning shots, things like that. Like, I'm worried that they will just also do the damage to me, and then the Salesman at end of turn will kill me as well. So even if I do that, then it would just be a draw, and I wanted to win. I didn't want to draw. Can I keep the 2 4-mana cards against Kalista, Elise, Sejuani? I think so. Gotcha is just too important against Kalista. Chumpwump is like our best card. Ledros could be harrowing, yeah. Yeah, Ledros could be harrowing if you want to play harrowing.
What's that noise?
That's certainly an option. It's kind of nice though with like the slower game. Like sometimes they're still at like a high life total like this, like 20, and you play a Ledros and you put them down to 10, and then you're able to like get them the Puffcaps and stuff, and then it's like a lot easier to kill them with the Puffcaps because Ledros did a bunch of damage. But I guess Harrowing's kind of like that too. Yeah, Harrowing with Chumpwump is definitely very good.
I follow you anywhere.
I know
just the place.
And it's Elise. Perfect. That's good emoting.
So young.
What's the name of this guy again? Frogger?
Let's get out of here.
Frogger had some good emoting.
There can be no justice, only revenge.
Only revenge. Salesman plus Glimpse Beyond. That's a combo. If they play their own Kalista, we'll play Gotcha. I don't... does keep them from drawing 2 if I go with Gotcha. I could also just play Used Cask Salesman. I think I just do that.
Let's make a deal.
So what I want to do here this next turn is I want to play Chump Womp and then Glimpse Beyond my Chump Womp and then attack and put another Chump Womp into play. We would draw 4 Mushroom Clouds and 2 cards from the Glimpse Beyond, and that honestly may just simply be too many cards. Right, because we have 5 here. Yeah, we'd net another 5 cards total, so then we wouldn't be able to draw a card for turn if I do that line. Could also just Glimpse Beyond the Used Cask Salesman and attack and have Salesman come back in with a couple more caustic casts. Act now. Could do that.
I got ways to find me a mushroom.
Alright, I guess I should have used Gotcha to kill this Kalista before it leveled. What do y'all think? Chump Womp or a Salesman? Or maybe neither. Maybe just save the spell mana. No, we should probably do one of them. I guess we're gonna do Salesman. I don't want to run out of space. We don't really have the mana to play the Mushroom Clouds if we're gonna have to keep on playing stuff. So the Chump Wump's gonna, like, the Chump Wump can block their Kalista next turn and die anyway, so like after this turn we'll be able to attack and put Chump Wump into play. Yeah, I mean, that thing's gonna turn into a 3/3 anyway. So down to 12. Abomination probably blocks Kalista, otherwise they're going down to 7. And because now they can bring back Abomination with Kalista. I'm looking at 6 mana. Not enough for Vengeance. Not enough for Gotcha plus something to kill Kalista. This should be worded the first time I see an ally die, grant me +2/+2. Because obviously they've had allies die before. It's not just the first time an ally has died in this game. I should change the wording on this card. The first time I see an ally die, grant me +2/+2. I don't know if that's the proper way to word it, if there's a better way, but this wording makes it seem like, well, they've already had an ally die, so now it won't get +2/+2. Or maybe it just enters as a 3/3, because it doesn't say it has to see it. That's, I don't know, the language could be cleaned up a little bit. Yeah, but we can't, thermogenic slow speed though, we can't play it before combat.
Aye, roar.
Your death has been ordained.
Well, I mean, I'd rather Kalista take a whole bunch of Fury of the North damage than my Nexus take a whole bunch of Fury of the North damage. I have a new Kalista anyway that would be able to play if that was the case. Could have glimpsed beyond my 4/3 and drawn 2 cards, but then the other 4/3 would have hit me, so we would have, that would have cost us 4 life also. And that was in a trade that I wanted to make of the 4 life and drawing 2 cards. Cool. I'm glad it's a Black Spear killing my Kalista and not just like a Vile Feast, so then they just play a new Kalista. So I'm glad to have another Kalista shuffled back in. Of course, that card won't have a Puffcap. Not too scared of Omen Hawks when we're holding Withering Whale.
We shall not rest until all betrayers pay.
Alright, gonna need Vengeance for that thing.
Please, I have connections.
We got our combo. Kalista Chump Lump. I cannot sacrifice Glimpse. I cannot sacrifice this to Glimpse Beyond because then Kalista would take all the damage. Let's give them that and pass and keep the other 3 spell mana. Let's see. Next turn, turn 8, so we'll have 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's enough for Vengeance plus Gotcha if I don't play this other one. So that sounds good. We won't play this other one yet. Well, if I go Gotcha plus Withering Wail plus Vile Feast, all of those together, we can kill They Who Endure. That's exactly 11 mana. That's how much I have. We can kill all these things too. And then we'd be able to save Vengeance for the next one. Now, obviously, a Fury of the North would be a big problem.
Our vengeance has burned long enough. Act now.
Is that better than just casting Vengeance? It's definitely better against another They Who Endure to do this. I guess so. That's 1, 3. Either way, against Atrocity, it's, you know, kind of a wash. But this is better against another They Who Endure. This is obviously worse against Fury of the North. They didn't demonstrate to have Fury of the North the previous turn. I'll definitely take that. With me having Progress Day, Vengeance,
Escapes my watch.
have this game go longer.
What does he want from me?
I would like to wait with Investigator until we get more Puffcaps in their deck.
There's nothing to fear.
4-5? That's probably okay for now. Draw some new cards. Not ideal, but I can take a hit.
We shall pierce
Oh no, that's a problem. Man, both those Omen Hot triggers just hit their 2 champions. That's pretty nice.
We must all make sacrifices.
That was a killer turn. Man, that hurts. I felt really, really good about this until that last card. Kalista. Thankfully, it should just see They Who Endure as just a 1/1, I think. I think it should just put the 4/3 into play. Still, that hurts so bad. I guess Atrocity kills us. They found another one of those.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
Another day in paradise.
Alright, gotta do 8 points of damage.
There they go.
Without killing any of their things.
Let me change into something more comfortable.
There's 2. Mystic Shot's another 2. If I go Ledros, that's 3. You know, so I guess I could have Ledros put him down to 3, cost to cast, and Mystic Shot. So we could have that. Kind of all in on that with no other, like, interaction. No, like, you know, not really enough blockers or anything. They're really all in there. If I go, like, Veteran Investigator... I can, you know, look for more stuff, have a lot more mana, be able to play a lot more things. That's the safer play. I feel like going for it all. This is like the straightforward go for it all line. This line is not nearly as safe and maybe not even as good a chance of winning as the double investigator line. Basically, if they have anything that kills just one of their things and gets like one drain in, it's gonna be tough for me. Glimpse Beyond I don't mind as much because Glimpse Beyond they draw 2 cards, so I like Glimpse Beyond if that's their plan. They've already played a couple of Glimpse Beyonds though. Like I don't know if they have another one of those. Right, with this line we lose next turn. With going Investigator, I'm drawing 2 new cards. I still have 6 mana. I have 3 blockers. Still have 6 mana. You know, maybe we can draw some more blockers. I have Mystic Shot. You know, maybe we don't just lose next round. Potentially. You know, it depends on, you know, what we draw with the 2 investigators. While we're still putting a lot of pressure on them with the investigators anyway. So maybe that's the better line. This is a tough call. Like I see the merits of both lines, and it's basically going to be if one line works out, that one will be better. All right, I'm gonna Mystic Shot them, so they gain 2 life. If I Mystic Shot the Spiderling, they're at 4 life. If I Mystic Shot them, they're at 3 life. So Mystic Shot them is better. But that was a great card to have, that Vile Feast. This will put him down to 2. I do have like Progress Day into Mystic Shot as an out still if they go straight to combat.
Everyone's a garden.
That really hurts. So I'm at 3. I'm actually at 2 with cost to cast. If I attack with Ledros, I go down to 1. I can't, that doesn't save me. It's not a good attack. Ouch. So they had multiple ways to kill their own things, including that Vile Feast, which was awesome. Gaining another life, so they got to kill 3 units. and gain an additional life with Vile Feast. So that was basically the worst case scenario for us with that hand that they just had. Alright, well, we need them to draw Puffcaps. So they're going to be at 4. Hopefully they draw 4 Puffcaps. Come on, draw 4. Draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 1. No, that means Mystic Shot's not even good enough. Oh, I wish I would have gone with the Investigator line. No, I was not going to attack with Ledros and let them block with Elise and drain me again and gain another life. No, you never attack with Ledros in this scenario. Not at all. So Mystic Shot's my only thing to draw, and Mystic Shot doesn't kill them. That's my only burn spell. So I'd have to draw 2 Mystic Shots. Which I don't even know if I have 2 Mystic Shots left. No, well, obviously we can't survive combat. We couldn't survive combat. We had to kill them before combat. Attacking with Ledros doesn't help kill them before combat. It doesn't matter if they have Elise or not. We couldn't survive this combat whenever we played Ledros. So you should not attack whatsoever, because that just helps them survive before combat. It doesn't matter if Elise wasn't in play right now at all. We would be dead.
They grow up so fast.
Like, Elise could not be, like, if, you know, they could just, they don't need Elise whatsoever to kill us. Attacking would just be completely incorrect. Oh no! Grasp the Undying, why do you cost 4 mana? Oh, so close. Why do you cost 4 mana? That doesn't even save us. I don't know. What is this thing about? What is that? The Challenger had no effect on that game. If you had them kill Elise, that just means you had to have them draw another Puffcap. It made 0 effect on that game, because they'd still just attack with the small things first and put the 2/4 in the back, and you couldn't block the 2/4 anyway. The Challenger with Elise mattered not at all. They got to gain the Ledros line was them hoping they couldn't gain any life, or maybe if they could maybe gain like 1 life with the cards in hand, and then you could have like the Puffcap kill them. But they were able to gain 4 life. That was as worse as it possibly could be. Like 3 cards, they could gain 4 life. That was crazy. So if we knew they could gain 4 life, we would have had to go for the other line and with the Investigators and try to get out from it with that. So we know what we would have drawn. We would have gotten a Gotcha, which would not have killed anything. A Gotcha, Grasp the Undying, that would have been 2 mana and 5 mana, and we had 6 mana. So we couldn't play both of them. Turn 1 Teemo is awesome. Peddler, of course, is one of our best cards. And Thermogenic Beam is great to respond to a Remembrance. I don't know what this is. A request? No.
2, 3, 4. Swiftly. Adventure starts with mushrooms.
So basically, hoping it's not a tough thing, because like we want to be able to kill it. So hopefully this can kill 3 of the 4 things from Remembrance. It just cannot kill the Vanguard card. So hopefully something else. Obviously, it's the Vanguard card. Well, that means I'm going to go Peddler, take 5, and we'll play Chump Wump next turn and have the 2 Mushroom Clouds to level up Teemo. So now I can't stop single combat, but that was cool, no single combat. That was just the worst case scenario, that Vanguard Cavalry, but maybe that will be a blessing in disguise. Maybe Teemo will take over No, so the problem with the 10 extra, yeah, the turn that I killed the caustic cask, and you're right, I didn't get the 10 extra mushroom cloud, the 2 extra mushroom clouds. If I would have gone with getting the 2 extra mushroom clouds, I would have had 10 cards in hand. So that my top card, I don't remember whatever card I drew that turn, it would have just been obliterated. We didn't have enough space. So that was the main problem with going with. That was the big problem with, you know, going with the Chump Wump being killed at that point.
We shall pierce their treasonous hearts.
Ledros for Shark Chariot? What? No, Shark Chariot doesn't do anything in this deck. We don't have... No.
Excuse you.
So I know this is my Peddler dying, but this is my Kalista leveling up. And level up Kalista gets to bring back Chump Wump. So their Thresh is at 4 out of 6. Definitely need to watch for this Vengeance here. I don't want to spend any mana on these things because good chance that we need to Vengeance something. Especially if they have like single combat. Plus extra mana is nice with these Mushroom Clouds.
Do your worst.
Huh. They're saying GG's. What? Alright, so if I can keep my Kalista alive, but then their Thresh is going to level up. I don't think I can keep Kalista alive and keep their Thresh from leveling up. I don't think I can do both. Next turn is turn 7. Yeah, the question is, do I want to play these Mushroom Clouds or not? Should probably play a Warden's Prey.
The chains, they never stop.
So Thresh challenged Kalista, put Lux into play. Who do we Vengeance? So Lux? Do they have Unyielding Spirit?
We can do this.
Okay, the answer is no to Unyielding Spirit. I really wish I could Vile Feast and Thermogenic Beam. You know, I wish I could Thermogenic Beam this Thresh for 5 and Vile Feast the Lux. But that's not how life goes. Let's cast Thermogenic Beam while we can on this thing. I'm glad not a Lux's Barrier or something like that. That would have been bad.
That egg, did it move?
Into battle with hearts aglow.
I'll just take 4. We get another 10 Puffcaps, put them to 56. Then we can have them draw a card, and then Chronicler it, have them draw another card. We're really gonna burn them out. Just gonna burn them out. We'll do that next turn. We'll Vengeance this Lux.
Your reward.
so they don't get their final sparks and all that kind of stuff. Don't get to level up their Lux. That's a good card to have. Ledros here could do 6 damage to him, put him down to 5. Help out our Puffcap burn plan. Still put him down to 5.
It's him. I've been looking for you.
Is that what I want to do? And then next turn I go this Investigator plus Chronicler. Because if I go Investigator right now, they challenge Investigator, and then I don't get to Chronicler it. Yeah, aren't there just so many cool interactions in this game? Well, hopefully they don't kill me. Wow. Yeah, they're gonna kill me. Okay. Yeah, I was not protecting my life total. I guess I should have 4 mana removal spell for both, 2 removal spells for both of my things with the 4 mana. Pretty awesome. Dang.
The sun is shining.
That's not something
We should too.
that I was expecting. Was expecting to kill them my very next turn. Like, they had to kill me this turn. I am pretty confident that we were going to be killing them before they had another turn. I mean, yeah, like, they didn't have another turn. They had to kill me that turn with me playing the Ledros. But they were able to. GG's. Yeah, I think comparing this game to Magic, I think this game's a lot more fair and a lot more interesting gameplay, right? Like, Magic is so much about whoever just develops their mana and then spends more mana. This game is much more even, and also, like, with Magic, like, who wins the die roll is just so important. This game doesn't have any of that kind of stuff, any of those problems. Like, you're in every single game's back and forth, very interesting. People don't stumble. Both players are playing a bunch of cards, and it's just a more enjoyable gameplay. Very skill testing, for sure. I'm gonna send that Veteran Investigator back. I don't really want it on turn 2.
Another day in the field.
I'd rather save 2 spell mana for Peddler.
Never know what hit him. Did you roll this?
Yeah, and then yeah. So yeah, this game is pretty awesome. And then when you add in Riot's just like basically company motto of being able to earn the cards from playing, like, you don't have to spend tons of money. They want people to be able to play their game. So do I play Warden's Prey? I think that answer is no.
Armed and ready. That's gotta sting.
Yeah, they drew 3 of the 5 Puffcaps. First 2 turns. That's kind of crazy.
Mushroom. Have 3.
I've heard about you.
Set the hooks.
Quickly.
I'm probably just going to go Warden's Prey plus Glimpse Beyond the Warden's Prey, because that will give me another spell. They'll make it 16 total Puffcaps that we have planted, so that will level up Teemo. If I want to go slow, I can wait till next turn. I can Chronicler the Warden's Prey first, and then Glimpse Beyond it, and get multiple of those things.
We shall pierce their treasonous hearts.
We're not really doubling up much, right? Puffcap wise. Ouch.
Push on without me.
Teemo never dies.
Prepare for anything. They'll never know what hit them. Not for everyone.
Teemo never dies. Kind of makes up for like these last two losses. We're both super close. Where we had you know, the lines that we took, where I think they were good lines, and I would take them again, and then it didn't work out. We had some variants that didn't quite go our way with those, and here we're having some really good variants.
Our spear sings for the fallen.
Get him!
Gotta get out of here!
25 cards left.
Why are you here?
No. Teemo's gonna die. I didn't want Teemo to die.
I've always been a fun guy.
Shining up.
They must all pay the price.
But they're down to 4. Their deck's all about drawing cards. I mean, this game is over. Like, they have the 28 Puffcaps. Probably ends here on the salvage. Alright, well, it's gonna end very soon. Teemo died a hero. Should end very soon. There can be no justice, only Puffcaps. Oh, I didn't want to die by Puffcaps.
We have no mercy.
We have no mushrooms. Alright, our Spooky Teemo is 2-2. Definitely really fun games though. All 4 of these games have been very, very good games. Very back and forth and everything like that. Broken Arrow says, "Hey, I really like your sessions and comments. I'm hard stuck in a platinum. Do you think it's unavoidable to spend an increasing amount of time to climb, or is it avoidable to spend an increasing amount of time to climb higher? I'm already about 2 hours a day, but if I need to play every deck to learn how to counter them all, I'm not ready to make that sacrifice. Too time consuming with work and all." Correct. Yeah, I do not think that is necessary, and so I'd rather know so I can choose to play the decks I like, even if they're not the most competitive. I think you can definitely just keep playing the decks that you like, even if they're not the most competitive. So if you're playing a couple hours a day, like that's, you know, that's plenty. some, you know, it's not ranking up, especially in this game, is not just always linear. It's not just going to be like the more you play, then the more you'll rank up, because there is still variance and learning and things like that. Like there's, you know, there'll be days like where I do, for just to use myself for an example, there'll be days where I will do very well and win a lot of games, and then there will be other days where I guess I just need to keep this for curve considerations. There'll be other days where I can't buy a win and just lose like all my matches, and so, you know, like as far as like ranking would go, like that would just go way down. And I play, you know, about 5 hours or so every single day, and there's still days that I'll just lose basically all my matches. So it's not something. Basically, what I'm saying is like you do get better the more you play, and you do have a better chance of ranking up and everything like that, but it's not always completely a linear progression. And how you're saying that you're hard stuck in platinum right now, you're not. Like that's your problem right there. Don't have that mentality. Never think that you're hard stuck anywhere, like any level. You know, you're in silver right now, thinking you're hard stuck in silver. Don't think that. Don't think you're hard stuck in platinum, because you're not. You've just been in platinum for a while, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But you can definitely get out of platinum. Just, you know, just keep playing, keep getting better, keep learning. You don't need to go through and play every single deck or anything like that. There's been plenty of people in here that have said like that same thing. Hey, I'm hard stuck in platinum. I mean, just even like I think it was just last week. It was either last week or the week before. Somebody said that same thing. Platinum there. Man, I'm hard stuck in platinum. Like, what can I do to get out of platinum? And they were talking about how they really like They Who Endure, and they've been playing They Who Endure. And I was like, yeah, and I just told them They Who Endure is a great deck. Keep doing it. And then just like 3 or 4 days later, they're like, yeah, hey, I went on a 17-4 win streak, and I'm, you know, out of platinum now. And so yeah, you're not hard stuck. There's no such thing as that in this game. Now that being said, it is really difficult to rank up through some of the different levels. Like getting from, you know, each one is difficult, because especially when you get to like platinum, like each win you move up one, each loss you move down one, and you have to win 20 more than what you lose. That can take a long time, and that's not easy. But you're not stuck. Don't have that mindset. Because that's where you'll let yourself down, by having that mindset. Just enjoy the game, have fun, learn, try to get better, learn like what's going on with the games, and, you know, go with open eyes to the next game. So while I want to play Chump Lump this turn, I think my better, because I don't really want to be blocking with Peddler, but I think my best play is playing the Peddler and the Warden's Praise to get multiple bodies out here to form a little bit of a defensive wall. I mean, you know, 2's twice as much as 1 as far as blockers are concerned. Yeah, that's a wonderful combination for sure. Cursed Keeper plus Blighted Caretaker. That is not easy to beat. Wish I could play 2 of these. You know, I wish I could play 2 spells. We have not done a good job of our last 3 draw steps being Ledros, Vengeance, Glimpse Beyond. That's not good draw steps, because we need 2 spells.
Hey, Mum's still like a yodel in uniform.
Hey, Ozo. Yeah, exactly. Yep, treat it. Yeah, I definitely treat it as if the ranks don't exist. That's definitely how I treat it. Just don't even worry about those. It's nothing to worry about. Just focus on the gameplay.
meddler, not a meddler.
I want to go home.
Hey,
This is risky. I'm probably not necessary. Cool.
There they go.
So they still just have 2 things die. And I like how like their board is just full. Where if they want to play more things, you know, like I didn't just get rid of things, so they can't just play more stuff right now. So we only have to worry about taking out those cards there. Don't you have room to play stuff? That's good for me. So my plan is this Grenadier and Kalista. And could give him the Puffcap.
Pain is nothing.
We shall pierce their treasonous hearts.
I'll just save it. The mana, that is.
Another day in paradise.
Wow, no Sejuani attack? Really? I block everything, I go to 6.
would a mushroom help?
Our vengeance has burned long enough. Act now!
It's gonna be a difficult one to win, you know, I'm just doing my best to try to stay alive right now. I don't really know why Sejuani's not attacking in this scenario. Really, or Kalista, or Neverglade Collector. Honestly, if I'm them, I'm attacking with everything. I don't really know what the downside was of attacking with everything. Hey Salazar, I'm doing good. How are you?
Leave no survivors.
So I can go Black Spear, kill. Black Spear, kill Sejuani. Thermogenic Beam, kill Neverglade Collector. Have vengeance for the they who endure. Obviously, we can't beat Atrocity, but, you know, like, we're just trying to stay alive the best we can. I think we've done a pretty good job of staying alive so far. I would prefer them to go straight to attack. I do not want them to play more things, especially our hand is pretty yucky. Prefer them to just go straight to attacks.
Your death has been ordained.
At least have a chance with this. Obviously, that they can have spells that kill us, but hopefully not. Just let this happen. Come on, let this happen. We go to 4. Down to 4. Down to 4. Stand united. Good emote. Yeah, that's kind of what this league was. Definitely didn't see some of these wins coming from our opponents. Our deck's pretty sweet, though. That was the perfect hunt, emote. Yeah. So there we go. There's Spooky Teemo. Pretty sweet deck. Definitely great against like the discard deep deck. I know we played against that one because that deck's all about drawing tons of cards and getting that deck some Puffcaps helps out quite a bit. But you know, nice little off meta deck. I mean, all 5 of those games were super competitive, super fun, back and forth. Even though we went 2 and 3, we were playing against the top tier of the metagame, and we weren't, like we were right in every single one of those 5 games. Just 2 of them went our way, 3 of them didn't. A couple, 2 of them I took lines that I liked, and they ended up not working out. That if I would have taken different lines, except the first 2 games, not that last game, but the first 2 games that we lost, maybe we could have won. They just had, they had the cards that were good against the line that I took. So yeah, you don't want Shark Chariot at all. It's not that, like, you're not going to have leveled up Kalista very many games. Like, that's just not, it's not like super easy to get. It's not something that you want to build your, that you want to have a card like Shark Chariot that doesn't really do anything unless you have Kalista leveled up. We got that happening twice in the 5 games, and even that, that's kind of a stretch. Like, it's not something that's going to happen that often. This is basically like a bonus, not something that you want to build your game plan around. Ledros can change though. It's great against the slower decks, but yeah, if you want to change Ledros, you want to play something else, I'm not mad at that at all. You want to play something like a Rasa, where if you want, like, I'd rather have something like Rasa, which is something like a super powerful card, which is still awesome with leveled up Kalista. You have your leveled up Kalista, you attack, your ephemeral dies, boom, then you have Rasa kill a couple of things. Like, I'd rather play something like this than something like Shark Chariot. Obviously, there's Rekindler that could bring these, Teemo or Kalista back, but the reason why I'm not really playing Rekindler is because our deck's about bringing back Chumpwump, and then if we had Rekindler, we'd bring back Rekindler over Chumpwump, which, may not be a bad thing, but... Rusty Wombat, thank you so much for that resub. I appreciate that. Yeah, nothing wrong with Neverglade Collector. You could play Neverglade Collector instead of Ledros. That could get you some life gain to help stay alive a little bit longer. And of course, the drains just add up and, help with your Puffcaps and everything too. So, no, I would not be mad at Neverglade Collector if you want to play that instead. You could definitely do that. Could go with like, let's see, even just like a Thorny Toad or something like to block to help you stay alive a little bit longer. If you want to be more defensive, that'd be a complete different end of the scale type of card. But that's an option. Yeah, you can have lots of different things. If you want to play it, I don't really want a Darkwater Scourge because that again takes out the Chumpwump. But you could play it like a Dead Bloom Wanderer, and you can bring back Dead Dead Bloom Wanderer, but I guess that could maybe mill you out. Yeah. Lots of stuff to play, but I would not recommend Shark Chariot. Yeah. Could go Harrowing, could go Ruination. You know, one of these kind of top end cards. You know, maybe you want like a Ruination against all these decks with all these units. Maybe that's the thing to do. You know, they play They Who Endure and stuff. You get your Ruination. But yeah, you could definitely customize that slot however you like. All right, but anyway, those y'all watched on YouTube, hit that like button over there, and please leave those comments. Hopefully y'all enjoyed these games. They were 5 awesome games in this video. But thank you so much for watching some Spooky Teemo, and I'll see you for the next one.